Oh, good afternoon, people. Good afternoon to Stevie Boy Billings from the fantastic city of Dublin and the Emerald Isle. Good afternoon to you, Stevie Boy. Yes, we'll wait till we see if we get some people come through to the chat, and we will discuss the issues at hand. Yeah, the latest, the scammer latest on YouTube. Scammer latest on YouTube. Yes. After yesterday, I think it was yesterday when I done a live stream, I thought I would approach this one today a bit more seriously, seriously. And there's some interesting aspects to this scammer situation. We'll wait to see if we get anybody come through to the chat, Stevie Boy. Good afternoon to Cahaden Houston. Hope you're well, Cahaden. Hope all is good where you are and the weather is nice. Yeah, I was just saying, Cahaden, to Stevie Boy, that yesterday we were having a bit of a laugh with this, a bit of a laugh. No, that it's a funny subject matter, the scamming, the scamming. But today I think I'm going to approach this one a bit more. We'll give it a bit more due care and attention. Be a little bit more serious about the issue, because I think there is outstanding questions to be answered. Good afternoon to the one and only, the fantastic, the tremendous, the terrific, the absolutely fabulous, the gorgeous, the beautiful Peggy. Good afternoon to you, darling. Hope all is well up in Bonnie, Scotland, and the weather is nice. Thank you to Peggy, my super mod, for keeping an eye on things in the chat. We keep it smooth. And keep all the aggravation out of the chat. Anyway, getting on to it today. Good afternoon to Casa Rolex, Casa Vova. Yes, good afternoon to you, sir. Hope you are doing well in God's country. God's country. I can say that because it's the biggest county in England, and I am not pinpointing the fantastic Casa Rolex Casa Vova. He is somewhere in God's country. You won't mind me saying that. Is that right? Is that all right? I think that's how they talk in Yorkshire. God's country, they call it. God's country. Are you all right? Are you all right today? All right, let's keep it real. So we've got, look, yesterday I done a live stream about the scammer alert, and just from I've seen bits and pieces, and since then, the things, not from my live stream, but people have all been doing lives and live streams, and bit by bit, there is information getting drip fed. It's getting drip fed. I don't know if it's coming from Richard Lamb, the guy who, the alleged victim, that it's coming from him via other people are all coming out with all little bits and pieces on other live streams. They're all coming out with bits and pieces, which is like a sort of drip fed snippets of information, but there is nothing clear. There is nothing clear and opaque about this whole scenario. This whole scenario is, there needs to be questions asked. And on this live stream, I will I'll just pick questions out there. I will pick questions out there for people to think about. Now, the sort of questions. The first question, I'll put this to you people. The first question, right? Richard Lamb, the victim, said he was scammed, and nobody is disputing it. Nobody is saying he has not been scammed, and he is being scammed for a sum of cash. Yeah, right now. The first thing you've got to ask yourself, has a criminal offence took place? Has a criminal offence took place? Has there been an act of criminality? Now, as far as I know in the law of the land, if somebody has been scammed, they report the crime. They report the crime to the police. That's what anybody I've ever heard of who has been scammed, a victim of scamming, go to the police and report a crime. Do you get what I mean? Like, you've just had a criminal act made against you, haven't you? You've been robbed of your money. You've been robbed of your money, and you go to the police to report a crime. Right? Now, once the crime has been reported to the police, yeah, the police then carry out an investigation. Yeah, they interview the victim regarding the crime, and then they go and they get the alleged perpetrator of the crime, and they bring them in for investigation, and depending on the reasons given, etc., during the questioning of the alleged perpetrator, they will either charge them with a criminal offence or they will release them. But what I am trying to say here is that if there is a victim of a scamming, a criminal act against them for a sum of cash, money, as far as I know, most people, if not everybody who has been scammed, report the matter to the police. It's a police matter. This is the law of the land of this country. Because if you don't report the scammer to the police, yeah, if a criminal act has been taken out, then you are negligent. You are negligent by the fact that you have not reported the crime. And the crime can take place against other people. Do you get what I mean? Like, the crime can get taken, future crimes can be committed against more victims if a scammer is not reported to the police. That's the first thing I would be asking about this situation. Did Richard Lamb report the crime to the police? Yeah, I think he's got a duty of care, and he would be negligent if he didn't report the crime to the police. Right? Now, the next question I will put out there, this is because we are getting drip-fed information from all different panels and all that, little bits here and there. We've not heard the full story from beginning to end, with the opportunity to ask the hard questions, the important questions about this whole situation. So the whole situation. The whole situation, like, now the next question I would ask is the reason why Richard Lamb has not, if he has not already reported, if he's reported the alleged scamming to the police, then that is all fine and well, But it's the reason that I'm only asking these questions because we have not heard the whole story and we're getting drip-fed bits and pieces here, and people are all making up their own take on it. But I'm asking the important questions. I'm talking out loud at the minute. Yeah, the questions that people would like answered, I think, is the reason that if Richard Lamb has not reported the crime to the police, yeah, the crime of scamming, he said he's been scammed by somebody, he has a duty of care and he should report that to the police to carry out an investigation. That is the law of the land. That's how it works. Now, if he has not reported that to the police, that is, in my book, that is negligence. Yeah, he's got a duty of care, and to protect future victims from getting scammed by the alleged perpetrator, to report him to the police and furnish the police with the information of the scamming, with a view to the police carrying out against an investigation against the alleged scammer and either charging or releasing him or whatever. Now, the next question, the important question that you have to ask, this is just the question I think has to be asked, we're getting drip-fed bits and pieces, we're not getting the whole story, is if Richard Lamb has not reported the crime, the alleged crime of scamming to the police, if he's not reported it, to the police, why has he not reported it to the police? And in my view, from what I've heard from drip feed bits and pieces for our live stream, there's people coming up with interesting theories on why he may or may not have reported it to the police. And this is one of the theories. One of the theories is that the reason why he has not reported it to the police, the crime, the alleged crime, because it's not actually a crime until somebody has been charged with a criminal offence and taken to court and prosecuted. That's when it is actually a crime. At the moment, it's an alleged crime in the law of the land. In the law of the land. So it's one of the reasons, if not the reason, if Richard Lamb has not already reported this alleged crime to the police, then it's one of the reasons he has not reported this alleged crime to the police is that the reason that he gave across cash to the perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator of the crime, is because he was given the money to invest it in some sort of scheme that the alleged perpetrator had told him about. Yeah. Is that a possibility? Yeah. Now we ask the question. If that is the case, it was the reason why he handed across cash to the alleged perpetrator of this scamming crime is because he was sold the story of an investment, and could he invest in the investment? Was he willing to put cash into the investment? Then if he was and he handed across the money, you have to ask the next question. If that was the case, was the investment a real thing, or was it part of a scam? This is question number 3. Was it a real investment? Was it bona fide, a real investment opportunity, or was it a scam? Right? Now, if it was a scam, if he's reported this alleged perpetrator to the police already, furnished them with the information, and they're on the trail and carrying out an investigation, then it will get resolved. Right, it will get resolved. But if he has not passed on the information to the police and reported the crime, then could the reason have been that he gave across money to invest in a scheme? Now, the next question we have to ask, if he did do that, Richard Lamb invested in a scheme, that was the reason the alleged perpetrator said, do you want to invest in this scheme? Sold him the idea of, getting a increase in his cash when the scheme gets up and running. Is that the reason why he done it? If the actual scheme or business opportunity, we'll call it, the business opportunity is a real thing, actually a real thing, then there is an opportunity, there is a possibility that the business opportunity that Richard Lamb gave the alleged perpetrator his money to invest in, it was unsuccessful and it folded. And anybody that invested their money into the business opportunity, well, it's just one of these things, they've lost their money. Could that be the reason why Richard Lamb has not, if he has not reported the crime to the police, the reason why he has not reported the crime to the police, the alleged crime? Because he may have invested in a legitimate business opportunity. We've got to ask these questions, because this is why we're not getting the whole story from this scam. We need to know about the whole story from beginning to end. For example, like how long had Richard Lamb been talking to this guy? You know, the guy who is the alleged perpetrator. How long was he talking to him? Talking to him, I don't mean on YouTube. Was he talking to him off YouTube? I don't know. I'm asking a question. Was Richard Lamb talking to the alleged perpetrator of the scam off YouTube? If he was, how long had he been talking to him for? Was it weeks, months, years? This is the sort of question, if we get the whole story. Like, how long had he been talking to him? The next important question we have to ask as well, had he ever seen the guy? Has he ever seen the guy? Has he ever talked to him on, like WhatsApp, FaceTime or whatever you call it, face-to-face? Does he know, do you hand over a load of cash to somebody that you just hear speaking on a telephone? Do you? Do you hand over a load of cash? I don't know how much it was or anything like that, but do you hand cash over to somebody that you're speaking just on the telephone without seeing who they are? They're like, the face. Would you do that? Would you do that? Oh, I don't think so. Like, so there's a lot of unanswered questions here. We're getting drip-fed little bits on other live streams, and that's very, very unsatisfactory. Now, getting back to that thing about the business opportunity, if that thing was a legitimate business opportunity that Richard had put his cash across to the alleged perpetrator to invest in, and it folded, it was unsuccessful, and it was... he lost his money. Well, and other people lose their money as well. That happens every day of the week. Investments in business opportunities. Now, we get on to the next very important thing. People on YouTube should be very, very careful. I've seen a lot of people sticking up, pictures of a guy who is the alleged perpetrator. The guy who is the alleged perpetrator. Now, I don't know if that is, the guy that they've posted pictures of is the guy who they think is the alleged perpetrator. Loads of people have got these pictures flying about somebody who they think is the alleged perpetrator, right? Now, the alleged perpetrator, as far as I know the name, there's quite a few people with the same name of the alleged perpetrator. And how they can actually, how can I put it, put a face to the alleged perpetrator, I don't know. We all these different people with the same name. Now, there is a possibility, and I think people should be mindful of it, that if that, the people, the face that's out there and all these videos and everything, if that is not the right guy, if that is not the alleged perpetrator who they think it is, right? And the person who has been plastered all these videos as the alleged perpetrator, somebody says to them, finds out and goes, look, there's a picture of you on YouTube. They're saying you're a scammer and all that. The person, if this person is not the alleged perpetrator of the crime of scamming, the guy's going to be going straight around to the police station, to report a crime, a hate crime against them. I'm talking about if this is an innocent party, it's not the guy who people think it is, the picture. And believe you me, I think the police will investigate that thoroughly as a crime. I think that would be classified as a crime. Sticking a guy's saying somebody who is completely innocent. Where did they get the picture for this guy who is the alleged perpetrator? This is another interesting question. Another interesting question about how did they get this picture of this guy that is the alleged perpetrator? You know what I mean? how can they tell that is the same guy that that Richard Lamb has been in contact with and speaking with? Yeah, how can they tell that's him? Has Richard Lamb ever seen this guy? Has he ever seen the guy's face? This is the important question that Richard has to answer, because he set off all these people. All these people have got a picture of a guy. The guy, you know, the guy with the picture. It could be the guy. It could be the perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator of the crime. But it could not. It could be an innocent guy with the same name. You go on YouTube and stick somebody's name in it, you get about 4 or 5, 6, depending on the names of people all coming up, all the same name. Now, it's very, how can I put it? People have got to be very, very careful. The other thing is, well, about this picture. Now, this picture of this guy, I don't know where he got it from, but these people that are getting these pictures, like, are they going on to these people's, like, look, you know, like this Facebook, yeah? I haven't got a Facebook account, never ever had one. I always thought, why would you want to put your stuff online, you know what I mean, and all that? Back in the days, you know, the work days, when people used to, you know, you used to have a couple of days off sick, but you go down to, you know, you'll be at Dawson about and that, wouldn't you? You know, ring in and say, I'm sick today, like, nice summer day, and you'll be out there sunning yourself in the garden. Like, so I never ever, as a trade union guy, like, I never seen the benefits of having a Facebook, you know, Facebook account. But what I'm asking the question is that people that do have Facebook accounts, as far as I know from what it's about Facebook, it's supposed to be about something about family and friends, isn't it? People have Facebook accounts, I think, to keep in touch with, you know, people they knew when they were like, back in the days when they were younger, their working days, you know, they might have good friends in a workplace. They all keep in touch. Families all keep in touch on Facebook. It's a family and friends thing, Facebook, I think. But these people who stuck this 40 up, who they think is the alleged perpetrator, are they all scanning through people's Facebook's accounts? Yeah, you know, these people are sticking up the picture. Where did they get the picture from? What are they looking at on Facebook? Whose business is it people looking into people's that they don't know, looking into their Facebook accounts? What's that all about? These people, who got the picture? Where did they get it from? That's another interesting question. Who got the picture and where did they get it from? Were they scouring through people's Facebook accounts? You know, people that have got Facebook accounts, right? And if they did get the picture, how did they know that the picture of whoever this guy is the guy that Richard Lamb was talking to, who he alleges is the scammer? I'm just being a devil's advocate here and asking the questions, because I can see that some people may get in trouble through this. The best thing that could have happened, like when Richard Lamb said he got scammed, he should have went straight around the police station and reported it to the police at the stage when he thought he was scammed. Then, as I say, if the police investigated it all, they would have found out whether, I don't know, you know, the alleged perpetrator of the scam had a business opportunity. Maybe that was the reason why he gave across money. Richard gave across money. That could be the reason. But the police would have investigated all that, and they would have said, look, there's either we've charged somebody, yeah, you've been scammed, and we're going to charge the alleged perpetrator, or no, you gave money across for a business opportunity. We've checked it out. It was a legitimate business opportunity, but the business folded, and you just You lost your money, but the guy was embarrassed, to tell you or whatever. That's why, something like that. You know what I'm getting at? But that's what I'm saying. It should have been reported to the police at an early opportunity, because at the minute, there's people all going about making up the YouTube laws. The YouTube laws. Isn't it? This YouTube is just people with YouTube channels. Yeah, it's not a court or nothing. It's not the legal system. If a guy on here, anybody, look, I would advise anybody on here, right? I've already said this loads of times. I don't care about all these idiots out there, like ex-criminals, petty criminals, all that sort of stuff about, you grassing and all that. Listen, if you are a victim of crime, whatever it is, you've got to report it. You've got to report the crime. If somebody commits a crime against you, report it, especially on YouTube. Yeah, don't sit back there and take this abuse or whatever. If anybody's doing hate crime towards you or anything, report it. Right now, so basically, I thought I would just come on and do this live. I think, as I say, look, even at this stage, I think if he's not already reported the crime to the police, he's got to go down there and do it. Because Richard Lamb has opened up, he don't know what he's unleashed. He doesn't know what he's unleashed. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know what he has unleashed. All right, people. I'm going to go now. I just thought I would. Today's a bit more serious. Yeah, I'm asking the questions that people want to hear and all that, because you're going to get it all over YouTube now, aren't you? It's already started yesterday. There's people all on live streams, drip feeding little things. They're getting information from somewhere. Like, yeah, about this happened, that happened, and all that. This guy, Richard Lamb, my advice to him is to get round to the police station and report the crime. Report it. Even if he's resolved his thing and all that, go in and report it, because what you're doing is you could be putting innocent people at risk with all this YouTube, or people saying, that's the guy, no, that's the guy, this is the guy, pictures of this guy, that guy. You know what I mean? You don't know what you've unleashed, Richard. You do not know what you have unleashed, mate. Yeah. There's no, and look, just before I go, like, in the law of the land at the moment, there's no been any crime committed. There's not been any crime committed because you have not reported it to the police. You've not reported it to the police. Yeah, and you've actually been negligent, because the police could have took up your complaint, the alleged crime that you said happened against you, investigated it, and if the guy was an actual scammer, he would be taken to book, charged with a criminal offence and taken to court and punished, which would be rightly so. But the question is, why didn't you go to the police and report the crime? Did he say, give me some money as a business investment, and you've handed across money? And until the police investigate, we don't know whether if that was the case, whether that would have been a bona fide, legitimate business investment. And it went pear-shaped and folded, and that's the reason why you never got your money back. Yeah. That's possibly the reason why you never got your money back, and other people as well. The police would investigate this alleged scammer and see whether he was actually scamming. At the moment, even at this stage, until the police investigate the guy and he's actually either charged, released, or taken to court for punishment, then he is not a criminal. He's not carried out the crime. because as far as it looks at the minute, yeah, there's no crime, because there's no crime being reported. And if he is an actual scammer, because if you've not reported it, Richard, you're negligent because you've let the guy off the hook. If he is actually guilty, the perpetrator who is guilty, you've left him off the hook. So this is it. My final advice before I go, I've got to go and have my lunch outside al fresco, is, Richard, even at this late stage, you might have got whatever sorted yourself out, whatever, regarding the cash situation, whatever it was. But you have you've got a duty to report that crime, because if the alleged perpetrator of the crime of scamming is not investigated by the police, he will, and he is actually a scammer, he will go on to change his identity, etc., and he'll be doing it all over the place. And you've let him off the hook. So you've got a duty of in my view, you've got a duty to report that crime to the police. Get the crime number, stick it on YouTube, shows that you've been round to the police and reported the crime. And then maybe that way you won't have to answer any more questions on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, today's no all this laughy jokey thing from me. I'm just being real talk. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. As I say, the people that have stuck the mugshot of some guy up there, you just want to be very careful at the moment. Very, very careful, in case that was an innocent guy and he gets made aware that his photo is on videos and all that sort of stuff. Because somebody's just sort of thought, yeah, that could be him. Because if it's not him and it's an innocent guy, the innocent guy will be reporting that as a crime. I've got no doubt about that. And he can listen. These days, the police now can catch up with anybody through electronic communications. Yeah, they'll find out who all the people that posted the picture of the guy, if the guy's innocent, you know, the innocent guy, if he is an innocent guy, and then they'll find out, they'll go one by one to all the people that have posted pictures of the guy, if the guy's innocent, and they'll find out, where did you get the picture from? They'll go through everybody, and they will trace it back to the original person that got the picture from wherever. And they will cop it big time. They will cop it big time. Yeah. So be very, very careful of making assumptions and casting aspersions without a proper criminal investigation by the police. It's their job. It's their job to investigate matters of crime. When crime has taken place, a crime of scamming, it is for the police to do their job. So I would implore Richard and say, Richard, do yourself a favour, sir, and get yourself round to the police and report that crime. Report that crime. Because otherwise, well, I don't know. There's nothing much more I can say about that. It's a very, very, not a very good way to handle things. You know what I mean? Like, not a good way to handle things at all. Yeah. And yeah, that's all I can say now. So I'm going to go in a moment. Thank you very much, people. Yeah. As I say, this one is a bit more serious today. But that is it. That is it. My final words. Richard, you have got a duty of care to other potential victims of scamming. You've got a duty of care to actually report the crime that was carried out against you by the alleged perpetrator. And if you do that, you will be doing yourself a lot of good by putting a crime reference number online and saying something about, I have been to the police station and I have reported the crime of scamming against me. And that will clear up everything on YouTube, because the police will then have the information from you as the victim, and they will carry out their criminal investigation into the alleged scammer, and we will get a satisfactory resolution one way or another. One way or another, we will get the resolution which is needed. Right, so on that note, yeah, I am going to go. I mean, the other thing to say just before I go as well is if this alleged perpetrator of the scamming, if it was the reason why he got the money from Richard was he says, look, yeah, invest in. I've got this business opportunity. I'm looking for investors. Do you want to invest in? You invest your money, you're going to get a good return back on it. And as I say, Richard hands across some money, but just say hypothetically, the business opportunity is unsuccessful and crumbles, folds, and all the investors don't get their money because it was just one of these things. It was the business opportunity didn't take off. It wasn't good. I'm just saying, just think of that. Then see the guy at the moment who is the alleged perpetrator. He could be keeping low key because he's embarrassed and all that and whatever. You know, this thing and all that. So this alleged perpetrator, because of all this YouTube stuff and all that, could possibly be suicidal. We don't know what people's state of minds and health and well-being are out there. You know, with the alleged perpetrator. I hope he doesn't, whoever it is that does anything silly, but something like that could, if somebody is accused of something and it don't turn out quite as it was, you've got to watch with people's mental health. The alleged perpetrator could have feelings of, suicidal feelings. So we're going to wrap this up. We're going to wrap this up finally by saying, Richard Lamb, I think, sir, you have a duty of care to go to the police station and report the alleged crime against you. Furnish the police with the information about the alleged perpetrator and let them carry out a complete and intensive investigation of the crime that you said has been committed against you. And I am sure at the end of the police investigation, there will be a resolution to this, a resolution to the whole issue. Yeah. And it would do you good if you actually do a video or something, if you do go to the police and report the crime, and to go on and furnish the YouTube with the crime reference number and enlighten us to your experience of going into the police station and reporting the crime of alleged scamming by an alleged perpetrator that has been carried out against you. So on that note, people, I am going to say, Richard, it's your duty. Get down there ASAP to the police station and report the crime. And on that note, people, I'm going to go now and have my lunch, yeah? I'm going to go and have my lunch, people. Thank you very much. Let me just say hello to a few people in the chat before I go. Sorry, because I was concentrating on this. This one today was serious. It was, when I have a bit of a laugh and all that, but I'm trying to keep it real and just ask the questions, you know what I mean, important questions. So I'm just going to go through the chat and say hello to a few people. Good afternoon to you, Cut. Yeah, Cut, the Scottish guy. Have a good day, Cut. Hope all is well with you. Good afternoon to the one and only fantastic Pablo Escobar. Let me pick some people on the board. Good afternoon to the Cut. Yeah, have a great day, fella. Good afternoon to the Pablo Escobar. Please go and subscribe to each other's channels. Yeah, just subscribe to them because it helps to grow. Like each other's in the chat. you know, when the live stream finishes, and you know some people you see in other chats and all that, just subscribe to them. It helps at their channels if they like to get subscriptions. Yeah, but Pablo Escobar is very good because he does a lot of poetry, you know, like poetry, proper stuff, meaningful words, and I always appreciate all the good poems from the fantastic Pablo Escobar from the Emerald Isle. Good afternoon to Plainface, whoever that is. Yeah. Good afternoon to the 420. He does some creative stuff on his channel. Creative stuff does the 420. Maria Howarth. Oh, good afternoon to Maria Howarth. I left a little comment on one of your videos, Maria. Yeah, if you can have a little look at it, some troll playing silly games, so you can sort that out for me, darling. That would be much appreciated from Maria Howarth. Yeah. Good afternoon to the Caden Houston. Hope all is well with you, Caden. Have a great day with the weather. The weather's changing for the bank holiday. Good afternoon to the UK lady. Hope you're well, darling. Yeah, hope you're well, and the sun's going to come out for the bank holiday weekend, so you can get your sunbed out if you got one in your back garden. Good afternoon to the Duck Diggler. Duck Diggler. Oh, sorry, no, that's 420, isn't it? That's a funny name, Duck Diggler. It's a funny name. Good afternoon to the Casserola from God's country, the fantastic county of Yorkshire, biggest place in the UK. Did you know that? You know, God's country in Yorkshire is the biggest county. Oh, fantastic place. Yeah. Good afternoon to the one and only. The fact notification, keeping to the facts is a matter of fact and sticks to the facts. That's the fact notification. Good afternoon to the Everton FC. All my predictions, Everton FC, are all brilliant. And what a great result for the Everton against Brentford the other night, 1-0. Oh, yeah, you're going to be safe as houses for the Premier League, safe as houses. Yeah, the Everton FC. Who else have we got? Aye. There's a few people just ghosting it, so I'm just giving a little scan through. Oh, yes, good afternoon to Leo. Check out this guy's channel after the live stream. He does guitar. He writes his own songs, yeah. He plays guitar and he sings. He does good stuff. Check out the fantastic Leo channel, yeah, and give him a subscription. Help him to grow. Do you know what I mean? Like, help him to grow. I don't mean him grow. Like, if he's 5'8", the same height as me, he's not going to grow any bigger. I mean, his channel to grow. Yeah, his channel. Yeah. All right. You'll probably do a comment and go, Jockney, I am 6'4". People have got a thing about height, innit? Yeah, a medium height. 5'8". I think that's a medium height for the United Kingdom, innit? Yeah. I'd be a big guy if I went up to Scotland, but yeah, they're all wee up in Scotland. Wee people. Wee. Yeah, they're all wee. They're all wee. All right, people, thank you very much indeed. Oh, here he comes. Here he goes. My favourite Rangers supporter comes in at the end. What's he crying for? Yeah, I got Maniac here. Yeah, Maniac, what are you doing, Maniac? Maniac, I've got some good news for good news for me and Peggy, yeah? Bad news for you. Yeah, bad news for you, Maniac. You know, you're going on about the SNP and all that stuff, yeah? Yeah, the SNP, because you know me and Peggy are big fans of Scottish independence. You know, we want an independent Scotland. But Maniac thinks we're not SNP. We're no SNP, Maniac. We're Alba Party. You know Alba Party? Yeah. Maniac's just been shot down there by the Alba Party. Oh, yeah, have a good day at work, Maniac, yeah? Yeah, he's a good guy, Rangers supporter. Yeah, he loves the old Rangers, doesn't it? The old Glasgow Rangers. Yeah, have a nice day at work, sir. Have a nice day at work. Okay, people. Pablo, look. Yeah, Pablo. Yeah, Pablo's having a laugh. He's a good guy. So everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. And it was a bit more serious, this live stream, but it was interesting. I do appreciate everybody in the chat there. Thank you very much for coming in. The next time we do something, hopefully it'll be something a bit more, a bit lighter, funnier or whatever. But it's just YouTube, like you... Ah, yes. Thank you, darling. Aye, I'll vote for you. Thank you, darling, for voting. I'm voting for me. Aye. Oh, thank you very much, darling. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody in the chat. All it's left to say is it's lovely here in London town. The sun is shining. I hope the sun is shining where you are at the moment. If it's not, heading towards the bank holiday, the weather's going to be great across the board. The whole of the UK, we're getting this bit of a heat thing coming up for the bank holiday weekend. But as for today, have a great day, yeah? Be lucky and stay blessed. I'll catch you later. My people, bye for now.